2K Sports and the Corn Ferry Tour are proud to bring you this year's Q School Final. We're just about to begin our coverage of this exciting event. Pleased you could join us for this second round action. I'm Luke Elvey with Rich Beam here as we keep an eye on this player who's been trailing in the tournament but has a real opportunity today.
They do. They need to get out there, though, and start firing at some flags. They've been playing very conservative all week long, and you can't continue to do that with any hopes of winning. You have to go ahead and start trying to take advantage of the conditions. Hit it close a few more times. And until they start doing that, I don't see them catching the leaders.
This is an exciting one, Rich. Let's get into the action. Sitting at 9 over for the event. Let's see what happens here on the second hole.
Players looking to make 4 here, but never disappointed with a par 5.
Well, this one looks like it's heading to the sand. Penny, that ball seems to be sitting down. Is it bad?
Oh, this is sitting pretty. I might have to check to see if they teed this up. It's so nice.
Well, doesn't take a genius to know that this is not a good place to be. That ball looked a little thirsty. Time for the 5th shot. A bogey putt awaits. Was on a good line. The putt drops, and we're moving on. And that's a little disappointing, dropping some spots on the leaderboard. This one's a par 3.
Just one bunker surrounds the screen. A difficult par 3 to say the least.
Looks to be going with the 6-iron. Not sure if that's what they're intending to do.
Oh, look at that. The wind just wreaking havoc with that shot. Disappointing.
And a par putt awaits him. Ooh, right by the hole. And this one will be for bogey. Currently 12 over for the tournament. Next up is a par 4. Always a stern test.
Par 4 measuring 298 yards. Will the players give it a go or not? Let's find out.
Oh, you see that one bouncing around the branches like a pinball machine? Not far from the green here, just in the greenside rough.
This would be a momentum saver here, getting this up and down.
Straight out of the top draw.
Love watching this player around the greens.
Our leader is a couple of shots up at this stage. It's time to step on the tee here at the 5th.
Dog legs from right to left. The big danger here is the green. 3 different tiers on this green. Find the correct one. You'll have a birdie opportunity. Miss it, and it's going to be a difficult 2-putt.
Lovely effort, that. And Henny, what kind of a shot are they facing this time?
Yep, I've paced this. He's got around 195.
That one's headed right and staying right.
Getting ready to play their third. Playing their fourth shot. Beauty of a chip shot there.
Such soft hands.
Well, that's a shame. That'll drop them down the standings, that's for sure. Time to tee off at the sixth.
Bunkers down the right-hand side are a nuisance. The pond fronting the left part of the green should not come into play if players find the fairway off their tee shots. Second shot to a very flat green. You can get it close, but still difficult on this long par 4.
That's not what they hoped for. I'm definite about that. Time for the second shot here at the 6th.
Luke, that swing was just south of awful.
That's just inside the range. Didn't quite get the approach close enough, so a long putt in front of them.
He's staring down a birdie putt here.
That'll sting a bit. 6 feet remaining to the cup. Ooh. Ouch, that hurts. 3 feet to go here to the hole. Well done. Sitting at 15 over for the event.
And moving down the leaderboard as well.
Teeing off here at the 7th.
Par 5, 600 yards straight away. Wanting to make birdies, but par is a good number.
That's not what he had hoped for, I'm pretty sure of that. Time for the second shot here at the 7th. Okay, let's get those two important things back, timing and tempo. Oh, Henny, that looks like a putrid lie. Is it bad?
Not the best tee shot, but they got lucky with this lie.
And that was a bit of a misfire.
Now, coming out of the rough, missing the green was always in the cards.
Didn't that look good for a long time? And this one is for his par. I don't mind the look of this. Yeah, nothing to sweat over that one. Well hold. Managing to maintain their position on the leaderboard after that effort. Let's see what happens here at the 8th.
Par 3, bunkers left and right. Not an easy par 3 to say the least.
Looks to be going with the 5-iron. This one looks like it's going right. This would be a great up and down. Putting for a par now. That will work. Our current leader is enjoying a one-shot lead. Now on the tee of a long par 4.
Ninth hole, bunkers down the left will not come into play, and this green sits below the players on their second shot. We have seen birdies made here in the past, but they are really difficult to come by.
Tee shot is looking good here. Taking aim from about 170 yards.
Wind is blowing from right to left here. Wants to work it against the wind.
Yeah, not a bad shot, that one.
Would need something special to happen to get the birdie here.
Didn't quite have the right stuff there. This putt's about 4 feet from the hole. Nice line. And there it is. Okay, Rich, we're through 9 holes here today, and it is cut day as well. What do you think their future holds?
Well, they need some lady luck on their side because right now nothing is going their way. It's going to take an awful lot to see them through the weekend.
And Henny, what's he looking at here?
Yeah, this breeze just starting to get up now on the course, and it's directly into the face.
Yeah, nicely played.
Slim chance for a birdie, but in all reality, 2-putt for par would be just fine.
That's disappointing. Good putters will make these. Right on 5 feet. Oh, wonderful effort. Confirms the par. And after that performance, they'll stay right where they are in the standings. Let's see what happens here at the 11th hole.
Par 3 measures 231 yards from the back. A very difficult test indeed. A long green that is unforgiving as it slopes from back to front quite severely. Birdies are hard to run by, as pars can be as well.
Going with the hybrid. He's found the surface. Good chance here. Okay, Henny. What's he looking at with this putt?
Setting up this putt 14 feet from the cup. What a great opportunity here for a look at a birdie.
It's just about 3 feet away. That's a good putt for par. You'll take it. The leader now has a 1-stroke advantage. This hole here is a par 4.
Par 4, 510 yards. Good luck. You'll need it.
Well, Rich, I'm being honest, this lie is putrid. Choosing the 9-iron here. Not the result they were after there.
Oh, a little shorty Baker on that action there.
Well, they've found the bunker, but a chance to maybe save from there. How close was that to going in the hole? Great shot. Bogey putt coming up here. Yeah, you'll take that. And now on the tee, coming off a bogey, trying to reclaim some momentum.
Tee shot up the hill to a blind landing area. Second shot is to a green that is surrounded by a cavern of bunkers. If you miss all those and find the green in 2, then you'll have a decent look at a birdie 3.
That's a tad disappointing, isn't it? And what's in front of them there, Henny?
Setting up here from about 165 yards.
Looks to have opted for the 8-iron. Didn't quite have the right stuff there.
Where they missed the green there, they definitely pushed it.
What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
They've just got to focus on hitting the back of the cup, guys. This is up the hill, bit of extra juice needed.
That's one of those putts that you're proud of at the end of a round. They all add up. Our current leader is enjoying a one-shot lead. Teeing off now on the 14th hole.
Par 4, sweeping from right to left down the hill. This is a challenging hole.
That's heading into the rough, I think. Henny, I'm sure you've got a better look of that lie.
Looks like they have a bad lie here in the second cut.
And choosing the 8-iron here. That's a shame. Had a chance to hit the green, but couldn't quite get there.
Distance control not easy when you're coming out of the rough.
What a shot! Almost went in the bucket. Well, this would be a great par putt if he can make this. Yeah, that putt looked pushed. 4 feet to the cup. This one's looking good. The leader now has a 1-stroke advantage. Time to take a look at what this par 4 might be in order.
Par 4, 421 yards. A lot of fun can be had here, but be careful of the green. It'll get you if you're not careful.
Well, you're in the hands of the tree gods now. Henny, what's the player facing here?
Setting up this shot with the wind in their face.
That's a little untidy. And here we are with the third shot.
They need to flight this one down into the wind.
Oh, that was a little loose, wasn't it? Time now for the fourth shot. Putting for bogey. Oh, just missed. Just 4 feet remaining between him and the hole. Well holed. And a little slide down the leaderboard happening. Make sure you respond quickly. On the tee of a par 3.
Watch out for this green. There's a large shelf on the right-hand side. If it's up there, good luck getting it close. And whatever you do, don't be silly and hit it left in the water. That's just a bad shot.
Going with the 8-iron here. Well, that's one of those shots you wish you had a do-over. Time for the second shot at the 16th. Well, that's an impressive little chip.
Oh, Dr. Chipinski strikes again.
Solid par putt, that. And a par 4 awaits at this next hole.
Severe dog leg from right to left. Second shot down the hill to a very narrow green.
Not too sure what they were trying to do with that swing.
Well, this should affect the ball flight. Where did that come from? That's not his style. Henny, do you have a better look at this lie?
Oh, no. This is nasty. Just no.
Getting ready to play their third. Nice soft hands around the green. What a skill to have.
Just eyeballing that one, trying to make it.
And just keeping it in neutral on the leaderboard. Teeing off here at the lucky last, the 18.
Players will be thinking birdie, but 6s and 7s will come along if you're not careful.
That's really not what they were looking for.
Second shot here on the 18th hole. Not a whole lot of damage done. Get this next one on the green. And here we are with the third shot.
Puff of breeze moving this golf ball left to right.
Looks to have chosen the 7-iron. Oh, that should find the bunker. Lining up from the sand now. Oh, almost went in. An opportunity. And with that, this player has finished their Q School final. But Rich, unfortunately, they didn't manage to make it to that all-important top 50 and won't be able to advance to the Corn Ferry Tour next season. However, on their side is the opportunity to do it all again next year.
The player's going to have a rough go of it for another year until they can get back and hopefully get into the Corn Ferry Tour Championships.
A fair bit of soul searching, I would imagine.
There's going to be a lot of searching for your game a little bit. I mean, you're going to be traveling, living on the road full time. It's not easy nor fun, but it can and hopefully will make this player better in the future.
On behalf of Rich Beam, Henny Kuyak, John McCarthy, I'm Luke Elvey saying so long from 2K Sports. 2K Sports and the Corn Ferry Tour are proud to bring you this year's Q School Final. We're glad to have you with us as we kick off our coverage of this event. Pleased you could join us for this first round action. Luke Elvey here alongside Rich Beam in the booth as we get another week of this FedEx Cup race going. Rich, what a week we've got ahead.
Looking forward to seeing what the leaders will bring us today, Luke.
Let's see what kind of tone he sets for himself today. Bit untidy, wasn't it? Time for the second shot into the first. Getting ready to play their third. Well, you like the look of those hands.
You better believe it is great stuff to watch.
Well, that's a no-fuss par to get the round underway, Rich.
Very nice par indeed. Very solid hole played.
He's currently tied for 15th. As we head now to the par 5 next.
Players want to take out any club, driver, 3 wood, whatever it takes to miss the bunkers down the right-hand side in order to give them the best opportunity to knock it on in 2. However, danger lurks everywhere around this green, so players playing cautiously might want to consider laying up. Birdie 4s are always a good score in this hole, and you're never disappointed with a 5.
Sometimes you hit some good ones, sometimes you hit some bad ones. Second shot on the second. That shot's going to get rinsed, I think. And here we are with their fourth. Do you think they drew that up differently in their mind?
And coming up well short.
Let's try and make this one. Only drop the one shot. Steady on. Just 9 feet remaining to the hole. Yeah, you'll take that. Currently at 2 over par.
Unfortunately, backing up slowly but surely on that leaderboard, Luke.
Let's see what happens here at the 3rd hole.
Par 3, measuring 208 yards, a difficult par 3 to say the least.
Going with the 6-iron here. This one's headed right, Rich. They're looking to get this one close in hopes of saving par. If he makes this, he'll save his par. Hang on, this looks pretty handy. Yeah, good job. Nice par. And as the scorecard suggests, heading up the leaderboard. The 4th at TPC Boston, Rich. A great short par 4.
Players looking to make birdie or better. The only difficulty is finding that front bunker. That's when big numbers can be had. For sure, birdies galore.
That's a swing only a mother could love there, Luke.
Henny, how bad is this lie?
Guys, you know the worst lie you've ever seen? Yeah, times that by 10. This is nasty. Yep, solid connection. This is looking good.
And he's not hit the mark on that approach.
Greens in regulation today has been absolutely abysmal, and that is reflective on their scorecard.
Big putt for par coming up. It's on a great line. Nicely holed. And for par. Now 5 strokes behind. It's time to step onto the tee here at the 5th.
Dog legs from right to left. The big danger here is the green. 3 different tiers on this green. Find the correct one. You'll have a birdie opportunity. Miss it, and it's going to be a difficult 2-putt.
From about 130 yards here, 5 strokes behind our leader. Looks to have opted for the 8-iron.
This one's right of the green. Open club face. This one was a push.
Well, a lovely opportunity to save par here. That's a disappointing stroke. That's a push. This putt of about 7 feet to the hole. Unfortunately, a bogey goes on the scorecard there. Now 6 strokes back after that hole. Here we are at the 6th hole.
Bunkers down the right-hand side are a nuisance. The pond fronting the left part of the green should not come into play if players find the fairway off their tee shots. Second shot to a very flat green. You can get it close, but still difficult on this long par 4.
It's a little wayward, bouncing through the branches. The 6th hole, particularly the approach, Rich, at TPC Boston's a very strong one.
If they put the pin other than front left near the water, it's a good birdie opportunity. But once that pin sneaks over to the left-hand side, watch out. Bogeys and doubles come into the equation very quickly.
A par putt on the table. Yeah, well hold. Let's move on to the next. Trailing by 6 shots after that hole. I know this hole's a par 5, but it's a long one, so don't feel the need to overpower it.
Par 5, and only the long players can reach in 2. Find the fairway, then make a decision. Do I go over the large bunker 100 yards away, or do I lay back of it? Either way, you must make a par 5 here, because birdies will be had by the big hitters.
No point hanging on to that one. You didn't hit your best there. Sitting at 3 over. All this rough looks to be lush and thick, doesn't it? Opting for the 9-iron. See if he can get that one to come back to the left a little. Setting up miles from the hole.
This is what they have left for birdie here.
Oh, what a shame. That would have been a nice one to hole. 7 feet to the cup. Just didn't drop. That's a good putt to hole for a bogey. Now 7 shots behind after that. And we've arrived at a par 3.
Par 3 and a diabolical green, to say the least. The left-hand side sits much higher than the right-hand side, and the green is usually very firm. A tough ask.
Opting for the 5-iron. That doesn't look good, Rich. Bit too far right for my liking.
Straight push.
What's in front of them, Henny, with this putt?
Can't be too aggressive here. Take your medicine and move on. This is down the hill.
Trailing by 7 after that hole. Welcome to this hole. It's a par 4.
Ninth hole, bunkers down the left will not come into play, and this green sits below the players on their second shot. We have seen birdies made here in the past, but they are really difficult to come by.
And Henny, what are you seeing down there?
I'd say he's about 165 from this flag.
It's like that ball had a magnet in it for the bunker. And here we are with the third shot. And he needs this to save par.
Surely it's going to.
Just hammered that through the line. That's frustrating. A double bogey putt in front of them. Currently at 6 over par. We've arrived at a par 4.
Par 4, this hole plays so much more difficult than the yardage. Water to the left of the green, bunkers surrounding it on both sides. Find the fairway, you'll have a good look at making birdie. You miss the fairway, good luck. 4s, 5s, and 6s come into the equation.
Henny, how's that ball lying? It's tough to see from here.
Looks like they have a good lie here in the second cut.
That was a bit of a miscue.
Come out of the rough, your distance control gets off.
Putting for par.
This is tracking right into the front of this cup.
For the par. Now at 6 over for the event. Teeing off now at the 11th hole.
Par 3 measures 231 yards from the back. A very difficult test indeed. A long green that is unforgiving as it slopes from back to front quite severely. Birdies are hard to run by, as pars can be as well.
Going with the 5-iron here.
Taking a right at the light. This is not what they want.
And this putt is for a big 2 on the scorecard. Yeah, that looked to be a bit of a misread. Right on 4 feet. Should make this one.
This is important. Big par putt here.
There it is. Well, that's certainly a step in the right direction. Keep it going. Here we have a long par 4. It's going to take 2 great shots to get on.
Par 4, 510 yards. It is a brute. Those bunkers down the right-hand side are a natural attraction for wayward golf balls. Second shot is down the slope. A big, deep, gaping bunker on the right-hand side will also find its fair share of golf balls. All in all, just a tough hole, to say the least.
Donking drive there.
Just off the fairway in the first cut. And choosing the 8-iron here. This one looks to be slightly offline here. Getting ready to play their third. What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
This one's 13 feet from the cup.
He'll be disappointed with that one. That was a pushed putt. Putting for bogey here. That's a good putt to make, that one. Sitting at 7 over for the day. Setting up now on a par 4.
Tee shot is uphill to a blind landing area. Green is surrounded by some deep bunkers. However, you miss all those, you find the surface in 2, and you're going to have a pretty decent look at a birdie 3.
That's not the one he wanted. Do you like the view from where you're standing, Henny?
Setting up this shot from about 120.
Looked like they were swinging a snake, not a golf club. And here we are with the third shot. Okay, step 1 complete, out of the bunker. Now let's go make a putt.
Rolling end to end, this looking nice.
Well, that's a momentum maintainer. Well done. And now at +7 for the round.
Always like to see your name moving up the leaderboard. Never a bad thing.
All right, getting into our final stretch. Time to tee off here at the 14th.
Fairway sweeps from right to left down the hill. Should you find the fairway, you'll have a decent look at finding the green in 2. But I gotta say, it is a difficult par 4, and you'd be happy to walk away with that score.
Oh, that's piped. That's heading down the runway. The 14th hole at TPC Boston is a par 5 for the locals, a converted par 4 for the tournament, Rich, and it's a strong second shot down the hill.
Second shot, very narrow opening to this green. If you miss it out to the right in the bunkers, you have a difficult time getting it up and down. Out to the left, you have some options. Parts can be made.
This line doesn't look too tough, just in the first cut, up by the green. Well, that's very crafty, isn't it?
Gotta say, his short game is phenomenal.
Moving down the leaderboard after that hole. Let's see what happens here on the 15th.
Par 4, 421 yards, a seemingly simple par 4.
That's a bit out of shape. Henny, how's that ball lying?
He is not going to like this one bit. This is what bad lies are made of.
Getting ready to play their third. Well, I hope he makes this one. It's for par. Ooh, nice line. Sitting at 8 over par for the event. Stepping up to the 16th tee now.
Par 3, I don't need to mention the one on the left-hand side. It speaks for itself.
Going with the 7. That one seemed to get away from them, Rich.
Greens and regulation have not been in order today. They need to improve on this.
And here we are with the third shot. Still a fair way away from the hole here. Time to make a long putt.
This has a real chance.
Oh, that's a ripper. And it's time to recap that play.
What an amazing putt from way out.
Our current leader is enjoying a one-shot lead. Trying to shake off the bogey on the last hole as they step onto this tee.
Dog leg from right to left. Second shot is down the slope. Lots of bunkers on this hole, but should you avoid them and find this sliver of a green, then birdie will be on your mind.
That swing looked a little jerky from where I'm sitting. Might get caught up in the brush here. Well, Rich, the 17th hole at TPC Boston. I think the most important thing is positioning your tee shot so you can get a clear look at the green here.
A very narrow green, actually bisected in two by Santa Claus's belly, thus the size of it. Find the right level, you have a birdie opportunity.
Oh, I don't mind this par putt. Well, that hole's behind us. More to play. Currently at +9 for the event.
Moving up the leaderboard, I like it.
Of all the finishing holes on the PGA Tour, Rich, there's plenty that feel that TPC Boston could be right up with the very best of them.
Long hitters are looking to take it down the left-hand side and get the extra chase on the golf ball down the slope. That'll leave them with a very short second shot to a dangerous green, big deep bunker right, and a large hollow on the left-hand side. Birdies and eagles have been made before, but so have sixes and sevens.
Found the deep rough. This will take a big hack to get out here.
Oops, this one's headed for the rough.
Getting ready to play their third. They're in the bunker. Got a chance to get up and down. This is their fifth shot. Always a tough shot to get out of.
Looks like they have a bad lie here in the sand.
All right, now it's time for lucky number 7. 12 feet to the cup coming up. That was a gallant attempt. All right, let's stop the bleeding. And with that, this player has finished their Q School final. But Rich, unfortunately, they didn't manage to make it to that all-important top 50 and won't be able to advance to the Corn Ferry Tour next season. However, on their side is the opportunity to do it all again next year.
The player's going to have a rough go of it for another year until they can get back and hopefully get into the Corn Ferry Tour Championships.
A fair bit of soul searching, I would imagine.
There's going to be a lot of searching for your game a little bit. I mean, you're going to be traveling, living on the road full time. It's not easy nor fun, but it can and hopefully will make this player better in the future.
Well, that was a thrilling day, and on behalf of myself, Luke Elvey, Rich Beam, and all the hard-working folks at 2K Sports, thanks for your company. We look forward to the next time you join us.